guys! So this is one of my most requested videos. The books that I've collected that have appeared in Gilmore Girls. In most of these cases, it's not going to be the exact same edition. And for this video, I'm just going to do the first season because it's enough books for one video. So for the first book, I have Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Dean asks Rory how she's enjoying it because he noticed that she was reading it the other day. It's the first Herman Melville that Rory has read, and it appears in episode 1 of season 1. Along those lines, Madame Bovary, Dean also saw Rory reading this last week in episode 1. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens appears in episode 2, and it's listed as one of the influences of Leo Tolstoy. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is also indirectly mentioned in episode 2. The girls in Miss Patty's dance class are balancing the new Harry Potter on their heads. This book was originally released in America in August of 2000, and season 1 of Gilmore Girls premiered in October 2000. So far, this is the only one that I've actually read. In episode 4, Rory pulls out the complete works of Shakespeare. She's studying at Lane's house for a test coming up. I don't have the complete works bound up into one volume, but I do have the Comedies of Shakespeare, as well as the tragedies and the histories and poems of Shakespeare, which are right behind me. And that is in episode 4. I've read some of the Shakespeare plays and poems, but not the majority. And of course, Pride and Prejudice. Dean has finished reading this book and returns it to Rory at the bus stop. That is in episode 8. And of course, I have read Pride and Prejudice and I love it. In episode 17, Lorelai suggests that reading The Bell Jar would have the same effect as going to a party at Chilton. I have read The Bell Jar and it was okay. I think I'm going to reread it at a future date and reevaluate. To Kill a Mockingbird is referenced in episode 19 when Lorelai refers to Rune when Suki wants her to hire him. And the last book I own from season 1 is Secrets of the Flesh, A Life of Colette. Rory is carrying this book when Tristan takes it from her the day Dean shows up at Chilton in episode 21. There are also a couple of other books that I've read from season 1 that I don't own, such as The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which I highly enjoyed, which is mentioned in episode 1. Rory writes an essay about it while the other girls paint their nails. A Tale of Two Cities is also listed as another Charles Dickens book that had an effect on Leo Tolstoy in episode 2. I attempted to read this book but decided not to finish it because I just didn't care. Anna Karenina is also mentioned in the same episode, and Dean is reading it for Rory. He thinks it's depressing, but Rory finds it beautiful and is one of her favorite books. So Dean says he'll try again. I tend to side with Dean. I read the whole book, but I did not enjoy it. The New Poems of Emily Dickinson is mentioned in episode 11, and Rory is reading this in the lunchroom after Paris sees Mr. Medina kissing a certain lead character. But I used to own a collection of her poems and have read a few of them. And those are all the books that I've read or own from season 1 of Gilmore Girls. Let me know what books you own from the show, and if you've read any of the ones that I have but haven't read yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!